Just an ice road trucker, yeah. I just hit a zombie. It sounded like a baby was crying.
Tawana, you can join in my invite. Yeah, these ones are a little weak, but I'm just sucking around till Colton gets here. I'm just looking at shit I ain't looked at before, you know. They're pretty interesting. Yeah. Jensen trails because it's faster to get to the mud. I don't want to have to drive. You see what I'm saying? Like, we had to drive far. If we're trying to do missions, there's missions here too.
Word to the wise, kid. If you're gonna fight these things with grenades, don't do it in your own home. Well, luckily, the lift rail looks sturdy. Power it up, and I'll take my chances. Well, either my ears are playing tricks on me, or trouble's on its way. I'm gonna need you to clear the runway. Nothing wrong with some blood on the run, as long as it's fair. Well, well, well. If it isn't my snot-nosed, spoiled brat that left me. Threw my favorite name to the zombie. It's almost time. Oh, God. Give that cowardly little shit the peace he deserves.
Do you know where Colton went? And where's Malik? Because he's supposed to. I like this. Yeah. This bitch is decent.
A lot of great memories here. A lot of loving.
Big ass
A lot of
460.
And a hell of a lot of noise complaints from the neighbors. And to think I said they wouldn't catch me dead in that chairlift. Someone up there must really like me if they sent you to save me, huh? Not sure what I did to deserve it, though.
That's no problem, Jefe. Of course, if you got anything I could use to stay alive, I'd appreciate it.
Listen, anything in this house you need, it's yours. It's the least I can offer you. We damn sure can't stay here.
Well,
How's it looking out there?
You're not out of luck just yet. There are survivors at Emma Johnson.
Well,
that's
I'll
you.
be damned. The neighbors were here all along. I ought to give them a piece of my mind for not checking in on me.
Mr. Steele is dead. Turned zombie on our evac flight and got us shot down, so excuse my lack of sympathy.
He's dead. Damn shame. The son of a bitch owed me money.
Ah.
Oh well. I'll make my way over there after I say my goodbyes to this place. Yeah, you did good today, kid. Thanks again.
You sure you don't need an escort up the hill,
Fucking with
Hefe?
them boggers, boy.
Gramps would kill me if I let his favorite actor die on the streets.
Watch your tongue, kid. I'm old, not senile. Peggy here will make sure I get there just
Dope
fine.
too, though.
We'll see. Now get.
Geos ain't bad, but those look like for rocks. Or the swamp, or
Somebody
the
up there likes me.
bogger.
Or maybe they can't stand me and they're doing everything in their power to keep me down here
happened?
in hell.
Welcome
Have a
to
good
the
night,
club. See ya. No, you're good.
Yep.
Feel better.
Alright, bud. Later.
Deuces. I told you something's going around. Down with the sickness.
Sit down with the sickness.
Well, I'm probably scared they're out of here too, boys, but I'll catch you.
Alright.
Nothing but a zombie killing machine. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah.
I don't know where my mic is. Give me a minute.
You're fine.
Where are they going?
Hello.
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 I tried a slaughtering fever.
Fucking cleave that shit.
How's that Pathfinder
Fucking. God damn it. Like, legitimately sometimes, like, it's still easier than the first one, but it's like, I still have to reload. And it's one of those games, it's like the real Pathfinder, and especially the second edition Pathfinder. It's where, God damn it, I busted the yoke. I didn't want to bust the yoke on these motherfuckers.
No.
It's like you really have to use teamwork. Like, you're not a solo act in the game, like, at all. Not at least until you make it power through till later levels and stuff, but like, early levels, you're not doing everything by yourself. You have to buff. If you don't buff with like buff spells like mage armor and heroism, that kind of shit, you're gonna have a rough time.
Shit.
Like straight up, you can't do it solo until later levels for sure. You can try, but you're gonna have a fucking rough ass time.
Next check, that's the game I plan on dipping into, especially if it's on sale.
Yeah, I mean, I figured, like, if you like Civ and shit like that, this, or,
You gotta imagine, any tactical type game, like, anything, like, with city building, unit management, town management, anything like that, like, I totally get, like, a hard-on, like a semi.
bro, I've been dipping into Civ pretty hard, and I think I'm starting to realize it's like, you really have have to lean into your fucking victory type really hard, like
Yeah.
as soon as you lay down.
You can't half-ass. Like, you can't just be like, alright, let me get some religion, let me get some culture. Like, you can get a little bit of culture, maybe, like, so my thing told me to get, like, for, Gaul, was just get, like, one science town, that's good. And then fucking, that's your science for the game. And then rush culture, or military, don't do religion, like, you know.
When you're going for your domination or whatever.
No, just playing as Gaul, because the Gaul have no religious buffs. Like, dipping in religion is just a waste of their time, because they're pretty much, what Gaul is pretty much just to overbear you. So the more units I have attacking you, the more powerful I am attacking. You know, like, it says pretty much, like, the more units are, like, together, like, the more powerful they are, is one of his abilities.
So the Inca, like, I didn't realize this up until, like, not a little bit later, through several fucking single-player where it was like, oh, okay, well, I lost before, and I know I lost before it's even, you know what I mean, done. Because I'm, like, sitting there like, oh, dude, this is a great setup, I'll do this, I'll do that. It's like, the Inca really like a fucking science victory.
Yeah.
All that fucking mountain shit, because, like, I was starting to get into that, too, is, like, adjacency bonuses are a big thing. So, a good example is this, Incas love their mountains because they can move through them and all that shit, and you know what I mean? Like, they can do that.
Buff, don't you? For being, like, or not both buff, but, what you're saying, like...
They can work mountain tiles at 2, like, mountain tiles for them produce 2 production.
Yeah.
So, they, like, even though...
What the fuck is it called? You know, you cut out a little bit there, well, completely. But, the Optidome, or whatever, no, the industrial building you can build, that helps with your production.
Tunneling is actually, like, so chemistry in the technology tree has the literal mountain tunneling thing, but you have to use military engineers to do it. Incas literally get mountain tunnels with builders as soon as they start the game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, and, like, what that does, which, by the way, like, if you're built into mountains and shit like that, I found that out the hard way because I had the Chinese guy going at me stupid hard. You don't necessarily, like, you put mountain tunnels right next to your shit so you can move stuff in and out, but I would still do it at a more strategic spot than, oh, I got a mountain tunnel, I can pop in and out, because I found out the hard way, anybody can pop in and out of that tunnel, too.
Oh.
And you know the other thing, too? Like, this is something... Incas and mountain tunneling, the Incas' special ability and the mountain tunneling just in general, can be done in neutral territory.
Oh. That's not bad.
Exclusively their territory. So a good example is, like, let's say the enemy capitals have mountains or something like that, they're only 1 deep, but they don't have one of the tiles, and it's basically, like, right there on them or something like that, which I don't know why it would be, like, you could pop in your mountain shit, and then start, like, sieging their fucking from behind the ridgeline, pretty much. But that does favor melee units over, like, ranged, because soon you can't shoot over mountains.
Yeah.
Also, since they, like, fuck so well with mountains, campuses, universities, libraries, they can, like, if it's surrounded by mountains, they can produce 5 additional science a turn just being completely surrounded by a mountain, pretty much. Then you throw in... Oh, fuck, I forget what it is. Oh, it's one of the civics, though. One of the civics gives you a policy card that says, campuses receive... So what that means is, like, that one university you had going for, like, 10. I mean, you have one university you had going for just, like, fucking 5 without being worked is now going for 10 and possibly up to like 16 just one university. So yeah, Incas love mountains, mountains love campuses, campuses, you know. Like what is it? I'm in a game in single player after trial and error. God damn it.
Well, you know, with the goal, the Optidum, I think that's their unique version, but the industrial building that you can build, you know, there's the encampment, but there's the industrial one that you can still use to defend with.
Mm-hmm.
They get whatever the fuck bonus you were saying, so I can't fucking remember the name. They get bonuses, so say like they build something in between, like they get boost, like it's a mountain tile or something with that, because it's like if I build the mines, those count as a boost. So say if I put something around mine, like 2 mines and a fucking, I forget the Optidum, I'm pretty sure it will boost. It does the boost type shit where the damn it, I'm fucking retarded. But it does that shit where it allows you to get the bonuses just for having something nearby. That's what it gives you. So like say if I build like a science district, then it will give me
Did you want like some toast or something, babe? Okay. I'm listening.
You're good. But pretty much it does like the same thing, but it's more open-ended. At least that's like from the goal I know like how to do it with them. You know, because they have the culture bombs and shit. But that the bonus is just for like building like your anything next to mines and shit is really good too.
Fucking. Here's one I found out. Governor, like especially if you like are doubling down on a specialty district like campuses or industrial. If you could manage to fit in the Governor's Plaza, that's another good one too.
I usually always throw Governor's Plaza on at least one place.
But also I found out Germans are really good because they like really tight knit like cities. And what you do is you they have like an improved version of the industrial specialty district or whatever, and and it gets like heavier bonuses from its adjacency thing. So basically you like throw it, like I think it's something like that, I'm not 100% sure, but it's like you create tight knit and then you basically try to sit there and stack like either canal, dam, and then an aqueduct in their improved industrial zone, the Hassa, together.
That's what they have?
Yeah, the Germans have the Hassa.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna look it up.
it's kind of like, I was looking up, it's like the triple Hassa formation, but you have to have like a large swath of land.
Wow, they do have one.
It's cheaper to make. There's something I found out too, is like a lot of those specialties, due to the civ leaders, are usually cheaper to make. So, yeah, I got a single player where I think I'm under 100 turns, and I'm pumping out like with three cities, I'm pumping out like 100 signs per turn.
Yeah.
Like I'm making my way to chemistry already.
Yeah. That's not too bad. Is that the victory you're going for, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, everybody else I've met, I've got a lot more sites, and thank God they're all fairly friendly. but I'm trying to pump up my production just on the side a little bit, so that way I can start at least building walls and like pump out a few ranged units maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
Because the game before it, where I was built into mountain ridges and shit like that with the Inca, Chinese guy was fucking on me. And, like, don't get me wrong, he wasn't fucking on me hard because he couldn't pass through the borders to my right. But pretty much how it went down and how it was going down is like, I fell behind. I was like, fucking walled off in every direction. Like, I had city-states to my left that I had like 2 of them that were good with me. On the other side of this lake, I had a lake that basically ran my borders. In a mountain ridge that I was all built into. But the thing that fucked me is like, I didn't get out of it quick enough. And I didn't have the military might to push through yet. Because the Chinese started a war pretty much instantly on me. And like, they weren't, like everything I was doing, I was basically, I had to like, I put one of those tunnels between the mountain line and my capital. I didn't realize that enemy troops can go through it as well. So they like, they weren't fucking me, but like, I had to constantly like try to repair walls and stuff like that because they would constantly send like 1 unit at me at a time. Rotating the 1 unit so like they never fucking lost units or whatever. He also had like a 500 military score and he was like 200 above everybody else. Also, I was trying to keep Catherine of France off of me.
Man, Eric loves her.
Well, she's good, but...
Oh boy.
Also found out production's like the thing. That's the thing you should probably boost, like at least if it isn't your primary concern, it should be your secondary concern almost like always, because if you can't produce, then you know what I mean.
That's what she said.
Like getting a university out through 30 turns is not a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, even normally with your industrial zones, you want them to be next to canals, aqueducts, and stuff like that. You do that, and then I think there's a military policy card eventually that says industrial zones get 100% agency bonuses.
Oh fuck.
No,
I just got fucking out fucked. They call me Owl Man.
Call me the Owl Man.
Fuck you, artillery. Playing 2 games at once. Good luck, you guys playing another.
So yeah, I mean, I'm starting to realize, on the Civ at least, more and more, yeah, like I was saying earlier, you gotta really push towards your victory type early on ASAP, and then sit there and just keep doubling down on it for fucking military or domination victory or whatever. It's probably like what you were doing is like sit there, create like 1 or 2 pumps, but sit there and like take over other people's shit, and that's how you're gonna get your cities. You're not worried about sitting there making your own cities, you're worried about taking your own cities.
Yeah.
Have you played Shaka? He's pretty good. he gets the ability to form corps and fleets, or corps and armies, with like mercenaries at Mercenary Civic and all the way down to civilization and shit.
Yeah. I just feel like the corpse and stuff didn't really matter. Like, I don't know, I feel like it took too long to get it. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I got you.
This is the first fucking place I went to.
Speaking with vampires.
Vampires?
Mm-hmm.
Vampire Coast?
Hmm?
The Vampire Coast.
I was reading into those motherfuckers too, and I was like, goddamn. I guess they're real good. I was reading into it or whatever, and it was like... Oh. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yep. My mic just shut off randomly. Yeah, they, sit there and copy your, toughest military unit or whatever.
Who copies that?
Vampires. So they benefit from, like, corpse, because they'll copy the corpse combat strength, and not, like, the individuals that compose it. So you sit there and, like, you try to promote the individual units in your corps or armies or whatever, and then try to promote them and then form a corps or something like that, and then they copy the corps, the composed units, total combat. Motherfucking alchemist going crazy in here. These motherfucking alchemists. Whoa, close combat, big doggy.
Some of these books.
What do you mean you cannot do that? You fucking piece of shit. Oh, okay. She's right there now. Oh, come on, don't nuke the totality of my backline so hard.
Not getting past that. I'll need another way.
I'll need another way.
John Way. My name is John Way.
John Way.
Heal yourself fully. And then somebody fucking cast a buff on me, cause I'm gonna need it.
Please.
Quicker to cut through there.
Running around with a car battery. Hey. Stole a cop's car battery. It's mine.
I got like some fucking blue spider cat bitch with me. Get her. Yeah, that's what I thought. Come on, just fucking get his ass. Come on. I guess I better kill all the small guys since I'm having such a hard time hitting them.
I accidentally dropped the car battery into the pool.
No.
People are dead now.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, well.
Mistakes were made. Doesn't mean the end of the world. Oh man, this guy's whooping my ass.
I think it kind of does mean the end of the world. You make me want to play, whatchamacallit? Baldur's Gate.
Go for it. It's like the same thing conceptually, except for like I feel like your classes are a lot more varied in this, probably.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
I don't know. Baldur's Gate has like all the classes.
yeah, but Pathfinder's like on a different level when it comes to customization, dog.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we barely survived that shit. I had to run through all my buffs, all that shit. That's cool. I'm gonna have to rest or something. There's no way. There's no way. Like, alchemists are a big thing in this. Like, and it's not like an artificer, it's like its own class, like alchemist. Cavalry, hunters are like rangers, but instead of being more martially focused on themselves, they're more martially focused with an animal companion. Shifters, it's like, what if you dropped all the spellcasting from a druid and it focused strictly on like a martial wild shaping? Druids are a thing, sorcerers are a thing. Wizards, inquisitors, they're like inquisitors, like they're like religious inquisitors, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You know, blah blah blah. What else do they got? Got like fucking a bunch of them. No, that's not that. That is something else entirely. Let me look down here. They got Alchemist, Eldori Sword Lord, Prestige, Arcane Trickster, that's Prestige, Arcanist, which is like a mix between a wizard and a sorcerer, Assassin, that's a Prestige, Barbarian Bard, Blood Rager, which is like a mix between a sorcerer and a barbarian, Cleric, Dragon Disciple, which is like you slowly metamorph into a dragon. Druid, Duelist, Eldritch Knight, which is a prestige. Fighter, Hell Knight Signifer. So those are like, and like, you know, like blackguards and anti-paladins and stuff like that. They're like that, except for like they're still actually good, I believe. Like they use like the powers of the devil against the devil's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Hunters, Inquisitors, Kineticist, which is basically like a blasting wizard without being a wizard or using spellcasting. Like it's kind of like earthbenders and shit like that, and like the Avatar bullshit, like firebenders and shit. You use the elements. Lore Master, that's a prestige. Magus. Magus is like a Eldritch Knight from D&D, but like instead of being like a subclass, it's like its own class entirely. They have a ability to sit there and funnel their spells into melee attacks or ranged attacks depending on the subclass. Monks actually whoop ass. Mystic Thurge, that's a prestige. It allows you to level both a arcane and a divine spell class at the same time. Oracle, which is like a cleric, just you don't worship gods specifically, like you have some innate divine power or some shit like that. Paladins, yeah. Rangers, Rogue, Shaman, which is like a buff class, like you're
Buffing your teammates.
yeah, you're all about buffing your teammates and shit like that. Scald, which is like a barbarian buff class. Like they get the rage, but they also give their allies rage powers as well. So basically, it's like you rage, you get like a more specialized rage, and everybody else gets bonuses from you doing it. Slayer, which is like a mix between a rogue and a ranger, where ranger is in this game a lot more martially focused than in like D&D. So basically, you whoop ass with Slayer, pretty much. Sorcerer, Stalwart Defender, Prestige class, Student of War, Prestige class, War Priest is like a mix between Cleric and Paladin, where you're a little more spellcaster focused than martially. Winter Witch, Prestige class, Witch is the base class. It allows you to use powerful cantrips. Basically, it's like you get these hexes. It's like a wizard, but like you focus on these like cantrips pretty heavy, and you get like an innate familiar and shit like that, and wizard. And then like all the base classes have like 4 to 5 subclasses in and of themselves that like change how that class plays like pretty heavy. Like there's some subclasses that basically go like, hey, you remove the big feature that you normally get with this class, and you have like this whole different slew of stuff that's kind of like on the minor thematic scale of it. Like here's a good here's a good example. Hunters are all about their animal companions, but there's a subclass for them that drops the animal companions entirely and gives you different shit. Also, your animal companions in this can be anything from like a wolf, the dog, which are pretty damn good, horse, to like dinosaurs, like smilodons and raptors and shit like that. So you can be like a little fucking midget riding a raptor pretty easy and just like going in and fucking shit up. Really strong. Like raptors and smilodons are like some of the strongest, I think.
I've got a game
Dog
for
is
you.
actually. What's that?
You ever play Wasteland 3?
Yeah, like it honestly kind of reminds me of something like that. I haven't played it, but I've seen gameplay of it.
Oh. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. It seems like a wonkier verse of D&D, kind of.
That's the original game that Fallout was based on.
No shit, I didn't know that.
Yep. Yeah, Wastelanders. Fallout's based on Wastelanders.
Wow, I can see it with like the first 2. That's fucking dope. Yeah, that third one was pretty dope. I played that one. There's like a build you can get where you can repair toasters. And like eventually if you repair like enough of these golden toasters, you get like a companion. Like a toaster companion. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, my brother liked those games a lot too, actually. He was like, hey, it's like this. It's like, hey, you specialize 1 or 2 people and then shit like that.
Yeah, like they all have like their place. Like I had a character named Gage and he was a sniper, and I had like my character was like the assault dude. Maybe I had a heavy, and then. But you kind of need to do that in that game.
You need to do it in this game for sure. Like.
Well, is it like it's not just combat you're worried about? It's like communicating, like conversating, right?
Yeah, like okay, so you
like,
so in convert like, are you talking about Wastelanders or are you asking about this?
That.
Okay, so here's a good example of what you might be asking already. Is in the like little dungeon I'm in right now. It's not even a dungeon. I'm like storming a fort pretty much. So demons. There is a succubus that's standing in front of like 6 knights, and she's like enthralled them, and she's convincing them that she's their goddess, right? Like, hey, I'm Imodin or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And then eventually she makes one of the guys sit there and like fucking straight up, like gouge his eyes out in front of her. and like hand it to her, and she was about to basically have him lick the blood that she trailed down her body from his eyes off of her. And then she looks over, sees you, and you guys get several, like 5 different choices of what to do, like immediately. And like there's instances where you walk up to like somebody and they don't even seem bad, and you can just be like, I'm attacking them on the spot. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you met this noble in his fucking house, you just saved him from a bunch of demons, but he's kind of a prick. And like one of the last options is you're gonna kill him in his own house.
Jesus.
Yeah, but like, so you had like 5 options, something like that. I didn't even check the other ones. I saw the top one was use dispel magic in like hyphens, and I did that. And then she looked over at me and she tried to enthrall me, and I was like, hey, you passed the will save and you weren't enthralled, but like you can save, like you can fail will save in different checks and conversation and shit like that.
Okay.
So a good example is like when, well, that was a good example, but yeah, there's another example like really early on. It's like, hey, you're in this vision of like this fallen angel being confronted by the traitors or something, like his traitors or something like that, and it's like, hey, demon pops up and like, what do you do? And it's like, oh, you failed the will save or some shit. It's like, oh, you didn't do the right thing. But it's not. It's like you miss out, but you're not like missing out entirely. It might lock you out of some shit later, but like, yeah, and traps. Yeah, and there's like traps and hidden doors and hidden enemies and shit like that. Like the room right before that succubus fucked me up a few times until I just ran by it pretty much. Like if it's a straight shot, like something off to the right, like there's nothing off to the right, like a fucking like little podium or something like that, and then like fucking a room off to the left before it. And you go off to the room to the left, you'll trigger the same where like 3 demons will come out of that room and start attacking you, but then 2 demons that were hidden from you pop up from the right and start flanking you pretty much. And you might be able to see those guys if you have a high enough perception.
Wow.
So yeah. I don't know, and it like really adds up, and it's like fucking... Save scumming is not a bad option sometimes. Oh shit.
Lit or shit.
And like what's really good about my little fucking halfling riding the wolf right now is the fact that the wolf gets free trip attacks on his bites when he bites. So if he bites and deals damage, there's a good chance he's going to trip most people up. And that takes away an action from them, so it takes away an attack on you and shit like that. And when they go to, they have like, when they're downed, they have like a lower armor class and stuff like that. And when they go to stand up, it provokes attacks of opportunity from anybody around them.
Oh boy.
And like having a fast unit that can deal some like quick damage to charge back lines, really good idea, because they're usually formatted like in a formation in a way that it's like, hey, you're dealing with the big heavy guys up front, and like all the fucking mages and all the fucking archers are in the back line.
Oh, dude, this person's eating their twin, dog.
Oh, that's fucked up.
For her.
That's leftovers for me. So
I always wondered what I tasted like. It rips my twin apart.
would you eat me? I'd eat me. And shit, like you got like a bunch of fucking different like buffs through scrolls, which you have to have used magic for, and like.
Man, I'm in a fucking hype house right now. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I was just like wondering what the fuck I was in. It's a hype house.
You're in a drug house?
No, like influencer.
Hmm. What's this? Belt of incredible dexterity. Nice. Flail of light burst. Cold iron falchion. The malady? The malady? Shifter's pretty cool too, man. Like there's a, it's usually a melee orientated class, but like there's a fucking subclass for it called like the mana core, and it's all about flinging spikes from you.
Alright, next stop, the Halpern Hotel.
Oh.
Don't pick up a battery though, it's fucking electrified.
Probably do it.
Yeah, I ran all through this dude's hype house.
All my fault. What did I do to you? Oh, fuck. My guys are getting fucked up. Uh-oh. I'm dead. Like, I fucking died, but my wolf is still alive, and he's just, like, fucking these demons up.
Gosh, I died. Oh, man, that's rough.
Yeah, and straight up, that's another thing, too, man. It's like, if, like, normally, there's an option to change it, because I have, like, the training wheels on this game still, but, like, if you get downed in combat, like, you don't get up afterwards. You have to be, like, healed and shit like that.
Gotcha.
Where's the other ones at? They work today, or were you off today?
I was sick. I called them.
Oh shit, not bad.
I had a terrible migraine. No, you're good. It was like fucking 2010 was just like I texted Cook. I was like, "You working?" Telling somebody I'm calling in, and I don't care. I fucking want to call the whole place. And then yeah, fucking he responded to my text. He's like, "Nope, I'm not working." I was like, "I don't care." I told somebody. I don't care if you ain't working at this point. I ain't coming in. I really debated to fucking even play a game, man. I was just not feeling it.
Oh, you're just like passing out pretty much.
I was ready to throw up. Like my headache, my migraine was so fucking bad. Like, I wanted to just go puke. Like, ugh. Death. But yeah.
Oh shit.
But I thought I'd stream a little bit of this, because, you know.
It's not really worth it.
What's up, Cody? Hey, what's up? What's this? Episode #1.
My bad, I'm not talking about your situation. Like,
No, you're good.
How did we get
yeah, there you go. Fuck dog. Like, if you fail checks on like cross and a log or some shit like that, you can like end up taking like 3/4 of your health and damage if you don't do it successfully. Who's the cultist? Where's the cultist?
Oh, fuck me. Oh, shit. Fuck.
I'm sorry to hear, brother.
No, you're good. Fuck. Bailey told me that her sister had fucking strep. And then I fucking realized that while we were at the movies, I accidentally drank out of her soda. And I was like, man, I hope you ain't got shit, cause I'm gonna be fucked. So I'll find out. But fuck, my friend Cody, he fucking sounds just like me. I haven't fucking seen him, you know. So it's like, what the fuck are you sick with? Like he's like, I ain't feeling good, getting off. I'm like, damn, you sound exactly how I did. Not okay.
Oh, I'm getting fucked on. Somebody like an invisible fucking mage somewhere is like just summoning a fuck ton of wolves. Oh yeah, there might be something going around. Who the fuck is summoning all these wolves and resurrecting the dead? Fuck off with that shit.
I was hoping I ain't got nothing serious. Fuck that.
So like hopefully it ain't no COVID.
Yeah, there's a vacation again. But yeah, hopefully it's not. That should just be rough. It's like, do you really want it? No. You want the vacation? Yes, but don't want that. Not that kind
Not
of
like
vacation.
that, dog.
Yeah. Straight up.
It's like, yeah, let's another vacation you can't enjoy.
Yes. It's just the fact of how much shit, like, I'd have to, like, I'd miss out on. Like, not even, like, work shit, but just, like, around the house type doing shit. So when I'm sick, man, I sleep. I don't do shit.
I get you. Yeah, that's all. Like, some people, like, it don't bother too much. Some people, it whoops their ass. So.
That's straight, man.
Just
You'll
like...
never see me nicer than when I'm sick, I'll say that much.
Take care of me.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Ooh, that's probably important. Got some fucking ancient notes written in elven manuscript. I can't read. Fucking stomp up on a bunch of motherfucking people. Thank God. Save these fucking mages and they're sitting here putting these demons to sleep for me.
Yes.
I just can't hit the ones that are asleep or they'll wake the fuck up.
Shoot, I might.
Halpern Hotel should be nearby. Quick talk with the military.
Oh wow, I
there.
got a shirt.
Be out in no time.
I think this is the way you normally come up.
Not a good sign. But all I need is one
What's
person
this?
assigned to a hotel post to still be alive.